I got a letter from Rich Dickman. He said, hey, watch it with the whiskey because you can tell at the end of the episode. I'm like, you know what? Fucking, you make me do this with Ray. I got to do it at 10 o'clock at night. I need something to get me going. I'm not as fired up during the day as I am.
What do you expect?
I know. So what am I supposed to do? Cheers. Here's to you, buddy. I missed you. And
Cheers. Miss you. Is that mine getting all funky? I think he should just, stay in his lane. No offense, Mr. Dickman, but leave the drinking to the two of us.
If he paid better, I would do whatever he asked me to do, but he doesn't pay very well. So
yes, I'll do anything for $1.
So anyways, I have to give a statement before we record.
Is it like a off shooting from the hip statement, or had to the HR department forwarded you this and you got to read it?
Ray, I think you know me better by now. What do you think it is? Okay. Because our audience is wondering. We had, Rich Dickman's lawyer, representing Rich Dickman LLC, or Rich Dickman, whatever it's called. I forgot. Had to issue a little, we had to pull our interview from last episode. And it definitely had nothing to do with one of the hosts being unable to record it. And,
no, it's just too steamy.
Yeah, no, it was definitely not an interview that was conducted and had a great interview and had a great time by everybody involved, and then suddenly realized the recorder didn't work. It definitely was not the problem.
Definitely not that. Nope.
Yeah, it was too hot and too steamy.
We're professionals here.
Absolutely. So I did want to let the audience know that we are working on rescheduling Ms. Benz once again so that we can do a more proper and professional interview. More in the style of Rich Dickman rather than the hot content and pornographic material we ventured into last time we were with her. So, hopefully in a week or two, we'll be able to talk to her again and try it all over. Yeah, it definitely had nothing to do with one of your hosts being a complete douche nozzle and fucking everything up. It had nothing to do with that at all. It was definitely, too hot to air, as the episode title was.
Mm-hmm. Right? Way too many dicks flying everywhere. Way too many boobs.
Yeah.
Way too steamy.
We've learned way too much about how to get prepared for anal sex and way too much about where the pop shot goes and, way too much.
Well, way too much for the audience. I think that the two of us were thoroughly impressed with the interview. I will say that much.
Yeah, it was very, very thorough and wonderful interview. And I don't know, Ray, I think next year that's where we're going to end up. All right. So we have a show to do. So, on behalf of Ray and the Rich Dickman Show, I do apologize to our audience for that. And we will endeavor to do better in the future and give you more appropriate content for your listening needs. How's that? Was that good?
Yeah. I think that basically covers it.
All right. Excellent. All right, man. Let's do it to it. What do you say?
I say, let's do it with the fist pump.
Let's do it. Here we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Rich Dickman Show, the podcast that is slightly better than mediocre. I am Rem. It is episode number 76,271. Here with you once again, taking you on a journey of words, some videos, some music, other people's words, Ray's here. Ray's all the way in California managed to light his own generator with fire. Yeah, it's a fire generator. He has power. Ray, what's up?
I'm actually on one of those bikes where I got a pedal and it's powering this place. So if we could maybe keep this under 90 minutes, my legs will be appreciative of that. My quads are already burning. We're only a minute in.
Raising his hamster wheel, his power generating hamster wheel. Yeah. God, when are you going to get out of that shitty state, Ray? California sucks.
Oh man, the power was actually going off and on yesterday. It didn't really affect me because I was not in that kind of an area, but yeah, it definitely, it's interesting that PG&E, Pacific Gas and Electric, decided, you know what? We're just going to shut the power off.
We're just going to shut the power off for almost 1 million people because, hey, we had a forest fire last year. So the 1 million people of you who did not die in that forest fire, well, we're going to make you suffer.
Yeah.
How much do you pay them a month? Like, what the fuck are you paying them?
Dude, it's insane. Actually, they, if you want to really know, we actually get 2 bills, one monthly and one annually. I honestly don't even know how it works. I have solar panels on top of my place, but apparently I don't get to use them or something. Like they go to somebody else. I don't even know.
You sell it to the thing. They don't pay you for. Fuck California, man. When do you move out this way, Ray? You have an office out here. Come out to Connecticut. Connecticut's not that much better, but it's better. And we can hang out. We can do the show together. You can come down to my basement or I can go to your basement. Yeah, whatever. And,
that sounds attractive.
You better stop. Okay. You got me going earlier. All right. Stop it. Stop it right now. All right. So we're back. We're back here. We're alive. We are together. We have a full episode planned unless something goes wrong, Jonathan Silver. But we are going to have some fun tonight. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. It's actually been a little bit since Ray and I have talked to each other. I could not get a hold of Ray all day today, and I'm surprised he's still alive. So thank you, Ray, for coming and showing up. I appreciate
Sorry,
you.
It's a rough day.
All right. Check out richdickman.com for all your Rich Dickman needs, ladies and gentlemen. Go to YouTube. You can find us there. We have all our episodes uploaded. Not all of them. Most of them. No, not even most of them yet. Like basically from episode 60 onward, they're all there. And then we have some clips and highlights. We also have my chicken wing video, so check that out. Trying to get together with the crew this weekend to do something fun, but we'll see. And go to richdickman.com, click on merchandise, get yourself a t-shirt. That's right. Get yourself a Rich Dickman t-shirt. Show the world that you listen to the Rich Dickman Show. All 7.5 of you. Thank you, you beautiful, sexy people. I love all of you. But thank you for listening. Wear a shirt. Or, hey, check it out. Patreon.com/Rich Dickman. If you want to support the show, you don't have to. Right? But we would like the money if you do want to support the show. Chris OC. Yeah, I won that argument, Ray. I won that motherfucking argument this week.
Nice.
Chris is all like, I had to check this one out. Even though I went against my rule, I had to check this podcast out because they broke up and it was funny. I'm like, Chris, man, like, what the fuck? Like, what's the problem? He's like, well, these people, they're begging for money. And I said, dude, how is it begging for money if they say, hey, if you like supporting the show, here's a way you can do it? Because I literally had somebody, when we started this, we did episode 1. It was Umaroni. He DM'd me and he's like, yo, I don't really want to buy a t-shirt, but I want to support the show. Are you going to start a Patreon? I'm like, no, I don't really want to start a Patreon because Chris OC won't listen to the show anymore. And he's like, oh, well, if you do, I'll support you. And so we did. And Umaroni wants to support the show. I'm not asking him to. He wanted to. Right? So, I mean, I'm not begging here. We would really like your support though on Patreon. So patreon.com/Rich Dickman. And I promise I'll make it worth your while. That's right. I don't know why I went there. I don't know why I did that. Oh, check my wrestling articles out, Ray. I wrote another one. All right. I don't know if you read this week's. You should have. It was pretty good. It's an exciting time to be a wrestling fan, Brayzo. It's an exciting time. And
can you give a teaser or
should
we just go read the article?
Yeah, well, WWE moved their SmackDown show to Friday nights, and on the very first Friday night SmackDown, they had Brock Lesnar defeat the champion at the time, Kofi Kingston, in 9 seconds. Yeah. Your champion, the top tippy top guy in the company who's been the champion since April when he won it at WrestleMania, who went on an amazing journey this year to get to WrestleMania. It was an amazing story they told. Okay. Yeah. It's all fake. I understand, but it was a great story that they told. And then he was able to prove himself over and over again throughout the year, defeating opponent after opponent, defending that belt almost every week, making it look good, being a great champion. And 9 seconds later, he loses it. Absolutely ridiculous. So you can check my article out, www.podcast.com. And Here We Go Again is the name of the article under the opinion section. I would really like it. If you read it, let me know what you thought. All right. Ray, do you have anything to plug? Anything cool like me? Probably not, because I'm cool.
Anything cool? No. But I will say this, I've made a comeback in the fantasy football league. Started 0-2, getting killed. And now I'm 3-0 and actually in second place overall.
Oh, I'm so bored.
That's it. I was keeping it short and simple for you. Just, little update. I'm a genius, basically.
Did anybody draft Antonio Brown?
Well, so it's you do the draft once a year at the beginning of the year. So
a trade
somebody had him.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. So no one's actually gone after that, but that's where, right. So like I was all upset about that, right? I was like, this is fucked up. You can't veto this trade, right? I'm all upset. Well, it's kind of a good thing they did that now. I'm actually pretty happy about it.
He's not playing anymore, is he?
But see, that's why you don't veto. Does that make sense? Like, he's not even playing for a team. He played one game this season. That's why you don't veto the trade, because there is risk involved. Like, it's a fair trade.
Your whole season could have been ruined. And these assholes are like, no, Ray, we're not going to let you do that.
Yeah.
You know
so thank you for being a bunch of, like, just scheming, worthless fantasy football players. I appreciate it.
You know what's funny is I'll make fun of you for playing fantasy football, but I'll get on here and talk about wrestling.
Yeah, I know. Well, hey, you know what? I was actually thinking about that the other day because,
careful.
Something happened. No, not that exactly. But somebody was saying something like, oh yeah, I spent a bunch of time doing whatever it was. And I go, nerd. You know what I mean? And then I was thinking about it and I was like,
you're the biggest
I was like, right. So then I was thinking about like, so Eros and Isis, Priory Society. I was like, you see him post quite a bit of stuff online about, they're swinging and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're nerds about swinging.
They're nerds of swinging. Absolutely.
Swinging nerds. And I was like, you know what? Like, as much as, so that's the thing, right? Let's sit here and be like, oh, that guy's a fucking nerd. But the reality is, we're all nerds are doing something. We're all heavily invested in our free time on something that's actually worthless. And as long as you're having fun, whatever.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. That's right. As long as you don't make it my problem. That's like my whole mantra and motto through life. Don't make it my problem. Do what you want to do. All right. We got a topic to talk about, Ray. It's probably going to take a good bit of the show here. And we've got some voicemails. We got Svensson called back in. We've got Hot German News Babe in. We've got some people looking for advice. We have a Mr. Porno Man we might be able to get to as well. All right. But I also don't want to shortchange you and all the shit that you got going on. So let's talk about you first, Ray. What's happening, buddy?
All right. So I'll try and keep some of these quick.
Please.
Some of these are like, okay, I have a random thoughts that go through my head, right?
Yeah.
But so last week I washed my wife's car. Woke up early on a Saturday, said, you know what? I'm gonna seize the day. Went and washed my car. Or her
Before
car,
you continue,
right?
allow me to say thank you. Thank you for washing your wife's car.
Oh, you're such a sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
Now, over under, what's your guess on how long it took before she noticed?
Being married myself.
That's where
she probably still hasn't noticed.
She probably would not have. Now, we were driving around quite a bit that day, and at some point she said something like, oh, the kids make this car really messy. And I go, I think the outside looks pretty good today. And she goes, why do you say that? And I was like, because I washed it. And she goes, oh. Like, I'm like, come on.
See, I was the only person ridiculous. To thank
you. Yeah. And she didn't actually say thanks, which, I mean, she noticed, I guess. I don't know, whatever. I don't know
no, Ray, but no excuse. Don't give her a pass.
Rain-X'd the windshield, cleaned all the windows. Like, they look nice. You can see out the windows. I don't know if you've ever been in a dirty car. I live in agricultural country where the farm equipment's tilling all the fields and it's just shit flying through the air all the time. Yeah, just
literally
cakes
shit.
Yeah. Yeah. No, literally. Yeah. All the fertilizer and stuff. So it's all over your car all the time. So when you do wash the windows, it's like putting on, cleaning your glasses, putting on glasses with, if you have bad vision, like all of a sudden you can see. It's like, so for her to not notice this is kind of frustrating.
And you did it by hand? You didn't take it to the car wash?
Well, okay. So here's my pro tip. I take it to the car wash that has the power washers, and you know how they have the little knob so you can turn it, and there's like 12 different, I guess features on it. So it's like high pressure wash,
soap,
soaps and all that shit.
Under soap,
all
shampoo.
Yeah. So all you have to do, the pro tip that I got is only use 2 of those. The first one is the high pressure, soap basically. And the other one is the wax. Then you just rinse it off with the wax. And then you save yourself a bunch of time. You don't have to do like the rinse, then the soap, then scrub it with you don't have to do all the like 12 steps. Just do the 2. You can be done in like $3. We have a power washer here at the homestead, right? And my wife thinks that's a suitable replacement for going to the car wash. No, it's not. The power wash thing that I have is not a car washer. And it's not a suitable replacement. And I would rather spend $10 once a month to get my nice little wash in my car. I actually quite enjoy it. Well, what do you mean by wash? Do you like drive through a car wash, that kind of thing? Yeah. Oh yeah. Or like, okay. With the spinny things and the hangy things and the rainwater type deal and then the blowers. Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. It's like a 2-minute journey through peace. Well, I had this happen one time. I take it to the actual car wash place where they have the people. Like they basically run it through the thing, and then when the car gets out, they got like whatever, 12 people standing there, and they just start wiping the thing down.
I hate that because you got to tip them. I fucking hate that.
Oh, and the worst part is that they don't have any accountability. They just kind of put one person per panel of the car. And when they miss a spot, they don't really care. They just go, ugh.
Yeah, with my dollars.
And then they move along. Yeah.
I purposely don't go to car washes with them people there. No.
Yeah, they're the worst because they just missed a bunch of spots and you can see it. You're like, you literally missed a big streak right there. And they're like, no.
No, it's good.
Yeah, I can see the dirt still.
Yeah, they stick their fingers out.
I hate going to those places. And the last time I went to one of those, like I went through everything. And then at the end, they go, here's your bill. And it was like $30 higher than what I thought it was going to be. And I'm like, wait, how's it so much more? You quoted me at the beginning. I signed the quote. So how is it $30 more? And they go, oh, there's like a labor fee. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you could have told me that at the beginning. Like, how is there a labor fee after? Like, I told you, you're going to wash my car.
Labor that should already be washing your car?
Yeah, $29. And I was like, no, I'm not paying that crap.
Get the fuck out of California. Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, now that's that one car wash.
Yeah.
I've never gone back to them. I'm like, screw you guys.
Do the next thing. I'm tired of your car wash nonsense.
Hey, so pumpkin patches. Pumpkin patches are kind of lame, but this one, it had this big like sandbox, but filled with corn. Did you see that when I posted this picture?
Yeah, that's a thing. They have one out here. Yep.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if they had a bunch of those. So the thing that's odd is, right, people are always afraid of germs, yet they
jump right in. Jump fucking
kids
right in.
Swimming in it.
No problem.
You know what these kids are doing?
Yeah.
These kids are tucking their shirts into their belt buckles.
Yeah.
And filling their shirts all the way till they're overflowing out the neck.
Yeah.
With corn.
With corn that's been touched by
half a dozen kids.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I'm like, what is happening? And the parents are like, yeah, whatever.
No problem.
Just
it's corn.
Like,
yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand. And this pumpkin patch had llamas, alpacas.
Uh-huh.
I mean, just like random stuff. I'm like, what kind of pumpkin patch is this? I just, they're so weird and random. And I just don't understand the point of going and looking at pumpkins. Like you look at a pumpkin, big fucking deal.
It's a pumpkin. Grab one and go, dumb. Right? Yeah. No, we spend way too much time looking for pumpkins out here. You know, we have a corn pit as well. I think I told you this, but I'll tell the audience is that last year at the corn pit, some dude was in the corn pit with his kids and all of a sudden it's like, my wedding ring's gone.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah. Good luck with your billion kernels of corn trying to find your wedding ring. You have to wait till after the season when they sift through it, if you're lucky, if they do. Corn thing, that's what I hate about the pumpkin patch actually, is the corn pit, because I got to stand there like a jamoke and watch my kids. You know, my kids are getting like too big for it now, but they still try. And they're just mowing through the corn and going down the slides and all that other bullshit in there. And they have other kids who are throwing corn everywhere and the parents aren't watching their kids.
Yeah.
I get so angry.
God. Yeah.
I'm saving the rant, so I'm not going to start
flinging corn in people's faces. Like a dog digging dirt, but right at another kid.
They go down a slide into the corn and then they don't move. Yeah. Like, move, you idiot. There's somebody else coming.
Comes the next kid.
Fucking move. Yeah.
Right. So bad. Dumbass pumpkin patches. Have you ever had that too, where your kids take like 3 hours to pick out a pumpkin? You're like, God damn it, pick out a pumpkin. Just pick one out.
It's not my kids, it's my wife. It's my wife.
It's every kid, right?
She can't really? She can't fucking pick out a pumpkin. It's like, dude, it's a pumpkin. Just grab one that looks orange and let's go. We got shit to do.
Yeah. And I've done that before. We went like one year, we procrastinated and went on like October 29th or something like that. And there's only like half a dozen pumpkins left at this place and they still take 3 hours. I'm like, how is this even possible? There's literally 6 pumpkins. Like just pick one of them.
We went on 30, 29, on the 27th. Actually, I think it was when we recorded with Bella. We went to the pumpkin patch that day. My pumpkins, we have 4 of them. They're not going to last. The squirrel's going to start eating those pretty soon.
Yeah.
So we'll have to go get more pumpkins, Ray. We'll have to get more pumpkins. But anyways.
Oh, nice. So you have to double dip on the pumpkin. Do you carve them twice too? Oh, jeez.
You know, I can't even, my kids want to carve pumpkins. I can't even carve, I love carving pumpkins. I can't do it anymore because my kids want to do it and they make a mess out of everything and I got to fix it, but I also got to be cool and like try not to do it for them now. It's, God damn.
You know what I've done? Just make them color the pumpkin. It's a lot less dirty. Like, you don't have like all the stuff in there. And it actually makes the pumpkin last longer because it's not opening the insides up to rotting.
Right.
So that's not a bad deal. And
I haven't carved them yet.
Oh, that's good.
We carve them like the day before Halloween.
So here's the other thing that I had to deal with. this freaking, so the place I live, right? We have to like recertify to this place, which means we have to go and take in all sorts of crap. Like, for example, the last 6 months of our bank statements, my 401k statement for last quarter, like pay stubs back for 3 months. We have taken like new baby's social security, like all just fucking sign all these papers and shit like that. So they have called us and said, hey, we need you to come in. And we're like, okay, when do you want us to come in? They're like, sometime. So like, that's literally what the lady said. Like, I'm not even kidding. She's like, yeah, just sometime this week. So we're like, okay, not a problem. Yeah, she doesn't work very, very many days. Like, she just doesn't show up. So it's like, and I'm at work, right? I can't just randomly just leave work just to go stop by and start signing papers. So yesterday they put a notice on our door, said, hey, if you don't come in the next 3 days and sign all this paperwork and turn all your documentation, we're going to kick you out. Oh, and I was like, oh, okay. Sounds good. So my wife goes in today and says, hey, well, we're actually going out of town tomorrow. So can we maybe like start some of it today? Like get a list of what we need to bring into you, maybe finish it Monday. And they go, oh, actually, well, we won't be in tomorrow. We're closed tomorrow. So you have to do it today. Like, wait. So hold on a fucking second here. So you put this notice on our door on Wednesday saying, you got 3 days, but you're not even going to be here. So it's like, how are we supposed to make this work? And so I went into the office today, right? And here's this note on the front door. It says, the manager's schedule for the next 3 weeks is as follows. Monday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., which is 7.5 hours. Mm-hmm. Wednesday, so we're skipping Tuesday. Yeah. Now we're at Wednesday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Oh, Jesus.
Thursday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
it.
Yeah, that's it.
That adds up to 19.5 hours, not including lunches, which is probably an hour, knowing this lady, right? So it says no manager will be on site for Tuesday and Friday. So I'm like, hold on a second. So you run this place 19.5 hours a week. Like,
Ray, is this a government
where do I get
thing?
this job? No, not exactly, but
no, okay.
It's private. Regardless, it's actually Jonathan Stewart Company, I believe is who it is. I'll call him out. I don't give a shit. But 19.5 hours a week. Where do I sign up for this job? How do I get enough money to pay all my bills 19.5 hours a week? Like for real, where do you sign up for this job? Because I would love to know. Like, you make Stewart, these threats, I'm going to kick you out.
If you're one of our 7.5 listeners, contact the show. Ray's looking for a new job.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. I mean, this sounds like a real good gig. You manage a apartment complex. You only show up not even halftime. You know what I mean? And you still get to pay all your bills, and you get to put notes on people's doors saying, "Hey, I'm going to kick you out," but you have to figure out when I'm going to be here.
So did you get kicked out?
No, we filled out everything today because
pussy.
I'm somewhat of an organized person.
She scared you into submission. No. Good job.
No, they actually, but yeah, I know they did, right? But they were like, and you're going to have to like go to our lawyer and this and that. And I'm like, no, you want to do this? I will play this game.
Yeah.
But we luckily didn't have to go down that route. But it's just funny that people actually do stuff like that.
Yeah. That sucks.
Fucking businesses.
Fuck everybody. I'm getting antsy, Ray. I'm getting antsy.
All right. What you got? So what's your big news?
All right. Well, I don't have big news, but I have things that we need to talk about tonight. First of all, I would like to thank Not for Human Consumption for having me on for their episode 96 a couple weeks ago. You know, we did not, we recorded at an odd time where, you know, we recorded and we did our interview with Bella and then I did their show right after. So I haven't been able to talk about it and episode 97 is already out, but I had a great time on 96 with Not for Human Consumption. Please make sure you check those guys out. All right. And check out all our friends, you know, Not for Human Consumption, check out Thought Cops, check out Roast Mortem Cast, check out Garbage and Gold, check out all those awesome podcasts. They're all good friends of mine. Ray, you should get involved as well and you should make friends. All right.
I did listen to that episode and I actually really enjoyed it. Although there was a creepy amount of Ray talk considering I wasn't there.
I told them about your nakedness.
Oh yeah. No, we should actually maybe bring that up on this one so that it becomes the next internet phenomenon.
No, let's save it for Bella and we can have her like really study you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I got that picture here. I mean, we can just hold up in front of the camera again. She can critique it.
Absolutely. Okay. Speaking of Bella, as I said before we started the show, we're going to, try that again. I would like to apologize to Bella for that. But she's been very sweet about rescheduling with us. And, And we'll try again. It was great. Listen, I love talking with people who do things that I enjoy watching them do, whether it be building chimneys or having sex on camera. Either one. I enjoy the conversation. It's very interesting. I've been reaching out to other people in that industry, and we'll see. I got to talk to Swiney some more. That dude's awesome. Like we were DMing about a couple things after that. I forgot to ask him about Kayla Cleavage, and he did have a threesome with her and Lila Lovely. And she was completely wasted, which is like par for the course. You don't know who I'm talking about. Probably nobody knows who I'm talking about.
This still sounds amazing though.
Yeah. So we're going to have Swiney back on as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So here's something that happened. All right, Ray. Mm-hmm. And you're going to have to bear with me. This might take a little bit. I don't know if you heard the news. I'm sure you did because I told you, but a Hearthstone player, from Hong Kong. I think he's from Hong Kong. His name was Blitzchung, and he won a Hearthstone tournament. And in his victory speech, he said, basically, free Hong Kong, or he came out in support of Hong Kong. If you don't know, Ray, Hong Kong is currently fighting for their freedom. They do not want the communist regime of China to take over and be their government. They want to keep what they have been. Hong Kong's been, there's some weird agreement where they've been independent from China for a certain amount of time. But now China's about to take over again. They don't want it. Long story short, a lot of bad shit's going on there right now. And you got a lot of people protesting for their own freedom, which I support. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want you to think my support means I care. What did I say earlier? As long as you keep it not my problem, do whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit. Okay. All right. That being said, Blizzard, the company that produced games like World of Warcraft and Overwatch and Hearthstone, obviously, StarCraft, they decided, the very broad strokes are, they decided they were going to punish this kid for speaking in favor of Hong Kong by taking away his winnings and suspending him for a year, among other things. Let me play something for you.
你就讲完那8个字，然后导播我们就结束，我们就什么也都不要聊了。
Yeah.
然后你随时可以开始。
So this is the, live from Taipei. This is the casters, the shoutcasters, Ray. God damn. Don't get me started on these fucking assholes, right? These two guys, they're in gaming chairs, Ray, to shoutcast a Hearthstone tournament. They're in fucking gaming chairs. Are you kidding me? Anyways, they are interviewing Blitzchung.
Do you want me to translate since I'm Chinese and I can speak this language?
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, so you play it and then let me know what you want me to translate.
All right. Did you hear the beginning?
Play it again.
All right, I'll play it again, and I'll stop and I'll tell you what I want. Okay, here we go.
你就讲完那8个字，然后导播我们就结束，我们就什么也都不要聊了。然后你
Okay, what did he say?
So he said something along the lines of, "You can just say that 8 characters, and then we stop talking about anything. You can start at any time.
Huh?
Let's bend our head down."
Okay, all right, here we go.
你随时可以开始，头先低下来。
All right, so it looks like they're asking Blitzchung a question and they start giggling about it. So what did they ask him?
That was what they just asked him. That was it. They were setting him up for. No, I'm listening. I'm listening to it, and what they're doing. It looks like they've started the interview with him after the win, and they're saying, "Would you like to make a statement?" Is essentially what they've said.
I must say to the audience who can't see this video that we have on right now, that Blitzchung is wearing ski goggles and some sort of like gas mask thing. Gamers in the world, you're all fucking weird. You're all weird. Sorry, Ray. Hey, I know you're one.
Dude, it looks like the fighter pilot, like the air mask.
Yeah.
Like
the oxygen
from
mask.
Iron Eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is awesome. I love this guy.
All right, so let's go. Okay, what did Blitzchung just say?
So he said, "Liberate Hong Kong, revolution of our age."
Wow.
Which is what he said.
Yeah, very controversial. Okay. And let's see if there's any more here. All right, so the shoutcasters have their heads buried.
好，可以了，这样可以吧？好，聪哥。
Yeah. All right. So this dude wants to liberate Hong Kong. What did these guys say? They're like, "Oh fuck, we're in trouble." Is that what they just said?
Those guys? No. Then they said, "Thank you, camera controls. You can switch back to the casters," because they disappeared for a second there.
Okay. All right. So that was what Blitzchung said. All right. Word for word. All right. So here's my issue, Ray. is that now, digging deep into this, I realized that Blizzard has, arms of their company all over the world. They have a Taiwan division, a Hong Kong division, whatever it is. They have Europe division. They're all over the place, right? I get it. They're a global company, especially since they're no longer Blizzard North. They are Activision Blizzard. All the people that you grew up idolizing no longer really work for that company. They don't work for Blizzard anymore. Metzen's gone. That other freaking guy is gone. Ghostcrawler, all those assholes they're all left. They all got smart. But I noticed something when this went down.
in jail for sexual harassment.
Yeah. The WoW podcast community was oddly silent about this. And usually they're not silent about things. Social things, right? They're the first ones to get involved when you have a player who's been marginalized, or a female gamer who hasn't been able to access something, or a bunch of raiders bullying some people or taking all the loot, or whatever it is. They're always ready to jump on these social issues and say, yes, there you go, Blizzard, handle that. All right, power to the gamer, gamers first, all this other bullshit, right? But they were silent, right? They were silent. And then I started seeing little messages, nothing posted in public, like things in little discords and stuff saying, oh, I don't know how to feel. I'm kind of angry. I'm not going to stop playing their games. I'm really confused by this. Like, wait a second. That's a weird response from somebody who's eager to jump on to, hey, we all matter. All lives matter. We're all important. We're all gamers. Gamers rise up. That's kind of odd. And then I saw a post. I've seen a lot of things retweet. Like, I don't follow the Instance anymore. The Instance is hosted by Scott Johnson. We had Scott Johnson on Torn Think Tank many years ago. Jules was a huge fan. I'd never heard of the guy before we did Triple T. But I see the appeal. He does the morning stream in the morning, and he's got his Warcraft show, and he's got the Frog Pants Network, and he does illustrations. He's got the Nerdtacular thing. He's got a lot going on. Good for him. He's made a living doing podcasting. He was what everybody kind of wanted to be when I was podcasting, doing WoW related stuff. And
absolutely.
Yeah. And because his podcast was so large, he was getting, access to Blizzard. Right? He was hosting panels at BlizzCon. He had hotels booked for all the Nerdtacular stuff. I mean, he was getting guests on his show that nobody else could get. He had access, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You promote the company, the company wants to work with you.
To an extent, yeah, wouldn't you say deservedly so because of his presence in the community without it's not like he got there because Blizzard said, hey, we're going to put you here. Like, he earned his way there.
He earned his way. Absolutely. I have a lot of respect for Scott Johnson.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it's not, exactly. So it's not as if like he just worked for Blizzard and got there. He built what he has. Yeah. So, to be able to get to that point to host panels, like that's impressive.
I will not take that away from him at all.
Yeah.
All right. So on October 8th, the Instance show tweeted a picture of the ogre, the orc statue in front of the BlizzCon headquarters, and it's like a compass, and one of them says, every voice matters. He tweeted that picture, no context, just that picture, every voice matters. And then another guy responded, why aren't you tagging at life at Blizzard, basically? Why aren't you tagging Blizzard? And I just happened to see this, and I replied, gotta keep the perks coming. BlizzCon is in a few weeks. So the issue here is that, these podcasters, I realize, have BlizzCon coming up, and at previous BlizzCons, Blizzard's been very open with their podcasting community, giving them press access, giving them secret demos of things. All right. I've seen Ro from Realm Maintenance go up into special areas for special interviews and all sorts of bullshit that they get now. Okay. Jules was able to interview or talk with people or go see things that not everybody was able to see. I get it. It's access. I understand. Anyway, Scott Johnson, DM'd me after I wrote that. All right. And, it was 3:55 that afternoon. It's perks. Dude, do you want the truth about that, or have you already made up your mind? And I said, and I showed you all these things, right? So I'm not making this up. Yeah. But I said, I replied, listen, I'm always open to conversation, always open to change my mind upon learning more. Hit me with the truth. And to be fair, from the outside, it certainly smells of perks, and that's fine. I'll never knock somebody for making money or growing larger or whatever. Community just seems very, very silent in this matter today. And I'm prepared to apologize for my comment if it's made out of ignorance. So he responded, I don't get a dime from Blizz, not a penny. Once they sent streamers and podcasters that bird from Warlords. I guess I don't know what you mean by perks. And I told him, I'm not talking money. I'm talking access. Because you get access to that company. You get access to the games. You get access to the people. All right. And if you come out and if you say something negative about what they just did, you risk losing that access. All the other WoW podcasts risk losing that access. And
the reason why that's a legitimate statement is because what did they do to this Blitzchung?
Yeah.
They banned him, right?
They banned him.
And
took his prize money.
They fired
the
casters too.
They fired the casters. They banned Blitzchung for a year. They took his winnings away. He just won a tournament. They took it all. They took everything away from these people because he came out in support of Hong Kong. China owns. Go ahead.
No, so that's what it is. If somebody potentially, okay, seeing what happened to these three people, the casters and Blitzchung, if you're someone in the community of Blizzard, Activision Blizzard, and you start saying something as well, what's to say they don't ban you, right? And then you have access to nothing. And then, so for example, someone like Scott Johnson, like I could see how he's a lot more talented than just like piggybacking on Blizzard, if you will. You know what I mean? Like he's way more talented than that. But that is a large portion of what he's done. Therefore, for example, someone like him or someone that has a Blizzard specific like podcast, such as for Hearthstone, and that's all they do, or whatever it is, Heroes of the Storm, any of those games. If all of a sudden they speak out, what do they literally have no podcast anymore? Like they get banned?
Yeah.
So it makes sense that you wouldn't want to say something, especially right in front of BlizzCon.
So let me tell you how fucked we are as a people in the world right now, Ray. There's this guy, Mark Kern. All right. And he is, I'm going to give you his handle. He's at Grumz, Grummz. He was a team lead for Vanilla World of Warcraft. All right. He helped develop that game, the vanilla game. All right. He no longer works at Blizzard. And he finally came out. Well, not finally. He had an issue with this, and he had a whole thread on like what China is doing, and China is buying up pieces of games, and they're fully funding like mid-level games. And they have a big say in the U.S. gaming market. China owns a lot of it. Like Tencent, a Chinese company, owns 5% of Blizzard, Activision Blizzard, excuse me. All right. Mm-hmm. And so he basically, he was tweeting pictures of him like canceling his account, deleting the game. I get it. And talking about his experiences as a game developer, dealing with China and how they offered him kickbacks and bribes to be parts of the games, and he wouldn't take them while other game developers have. And as I'm pulling up Mark Kern's names, I wanted to go through some of these tweets, and I just can't find them right now because it was a couple of days ago. I start seeing, let me read you one of these. Please don't retweet the Mark Kern Grumz thread. Just because he's maybe doing the right thing about severing with Blizzard over the Hong Kong protest, he's still bad and creepy and not someone you want to be putting on the timeline. Another one. I absolutely get wanting an important voice to speak out for boycott Blizzard, #boycott Blizzard, but Mark Kern is absolutely not the person you want to retweet for this. Dude's huge in the alt-right community, has led harassment campaigns against women in games. Don't let him capitalize off this. Like, none of this shit's true. All right. We can't even agree on boycotting Blizzard the right way. We are so fucked. We are so set in our mindset as people that we can't even look past somebody. Maybe this guy has a questionable history. I don't know. I have no idea. I saw a tweet from him a few months ago that I didn't like, and I thought the guy was an idiot. He came out in support of Hong Kong and with not in support of Blizzard over this. And I agreed with him. I thought that was the right move. But now he's being attacked because he may have had views that didn't coincide with the people of the Blizzard games. Here's the thing, Ray, is that first of all, A couple things I want to say. If I was still doing Triple T today, I would be railing against Blizzard nonstop in every episode. Jules and I would be fighting over it all the time because she wouldn't want to lose her access and I would want to do the right thing because what they did is wrong. You cannot tell your base, that's your community, that every voice matters and then allow something like that to happen. All right. This Chinese thing is fucking scary. They're in the NBA. People are talking about, they're being silenced from talking about China and the Chinese government. People are being escorted out, have their signs taken away or taken out of arenas for putting up free Hong Kong signs in the United States of America. Right in Washington, D.C., somebody held up a free Hong Kong sign and got escorted out of the building. All right. The Chinese own too much of what's happening in this country and everybody seems to be okay with it up until like the gamer guy was not, but then you have, like, it's so confusing right now. Deep breath, Rem, deep breath, because you're doing a lot of things all at once here. You have a lot of thoughts. You got to take them out one by one. Let's talk about the WoW podcast for a second. All right. I understand their hesitation to want to talk on this, but Jesus Christ, give me one honest podcaster to say something, anything, and not be fucking flippant about it or scared to say it. All right. They can just come out and say, hey, I love the company. Blizzard has a right to what they did with this Hong Kong kid. Or they can say, that's kind of bullshit. And I think we should talk about this a lot more. I don't necessarily expect you to boycott Blizzard, but if you are going to allow them to do this type of shit to one of their players, you don't have the right to speak on anything ever again that you might feel is wrong or someone's being marginalized, because that's bullshit. Now, I understand this guy lives in another part of the world and there was the other side, the company, that division that runs over there, and the people here in the United States were kind of like left gobsmacked by it and didn't know what to do. I get all that. It's a shitty situation all around, but it should be eye-opening. It should be eye-opening for all of you playing World of Warcraft, playing Blizzard games, podcasting about Blizzard. I wish some of you still listen because this is important. You should hear this. Is that the company that you thought you loved is just like every other goddamn company in the world. They will do what they need to do to keep the cash flow coming in. And if that means listening and taking China, bending over for China and taking it right up the ass from them and fucking blitzchung like this, that's what they're going to do. And you need to understand that. And you're either going to be okay with it and just are blissfully unaware, or you're going to say something. I don't mind either one of those options if you are one, but pick a side. That's it. Just pick a side. Say something. And I have to say, Ro from Realm Maintenance was the most disappointing one because his tweets were, I don't really want to talk about this. I'm not going to quit Blizzard Games. It kind of sucks, but I don't want to talk about it. No, you have to talk about it. Because if you put yourself in that position to be a voice of a community, and that's what we did as World of Warcraft podcasters, we were voices for the community. The community listened to our shows and we spoke on their behalf. Then you have to say something. Whether it's in support or against, you have to speak about it. You can't just ignore it like it never happened, because this is too important. Because when you look at all the things that China's involved in the United States of America, when you see people getting walked out of basketball games in the United States of America for having a pro Hong Kong sign up, you have to realize, wait a second, something's wrong. There are more important things in the world than a phone call by the president that who knows what the fuck happened. All right. There is something going on that's way beyond what we know or ever thought about. We sit here and we argue about climate change and we take your plastic bags away, but who are the biggest polluters in the world? China and India. When are we going to start working on them? All right. If we eliminated all of our CO2 emissions in the United States of America, it still would not make a dent in the world output because of China and because of India. All right. We get so wrapped up in stupid little problems by having 27 different genders, by having proper pronouns, by getting mad because somebody said something stupid back in 1985 and we have to cancel everything they ever did. We lose sight of what's actually happening and that China is fucking buying all of our companies, Ray. I don't know if Rich Dickman has sold out to China yet. Rich Dickman's a businessman. He's going to do what's best for him. And if China's going to offer him like $20,000 to buy part of this podcast, I'm sure he'd take it. All right. Money is a very powerful motivator. And if you give it up, if you give up your freedoms to socialism or if you give up your freedoms, your free speech, if you give up your guns or you give up your right to abortion, if you give up your rights as a human being, if your rights as American, they're all going to be gone and they're never going to come back. Ray, they're never going to come back. Anyways, that's a lot of words. And I'm sorry. I've been thinking about this for a few days. But yeah, anyways, so this Mark Kern comes out and says a whole bunch of like really interesting stuff. And you get, from Derp Ziller. Mark Kern is an Asian man, which seems like an odd hero for the alt-right. Mark Kern has never run harassment campaigns, and the fact that guys like you won't let Gamergate go is goddamn hilarious. You can dislike easily offended super liberal culture warriors without being a Nazi. Like, we're arguing. We're arguing over this guy. This one.
Arguing about whether
ham.
Some guy that has an opinion can have an opinion.
Yeah. Still, this one guy at @_useless_ham. Still, fuck Mark Kern though.
As if he like knows the guy.
Another one here. Hashtag boycott Blizzard. Mark Kern proves that China controls everything. Okay. And the next one is, Blizzard from @Red Neptonic. Blizzard being bad doesn't give you the right to retweet Mark Kern. From @Dravy. Small reminder, please don't retweet Mark Kern just because you're on the hashtag boycott Blizzard bus, for the love of whatever you pray to or whatever.
Yeah, learn how to Twitter, people.
I mean, like, we can't even fucking agree on anything anymore.
I will say this. First and foremost, I'm highly offended about your stance on China being somehow invasive, like being a quarter Chinese. Like, I am super 25% offended by all of your statements.
No, hold on, Ray. I hate to interrupt you. I run the risk here of damaging myself by calling out China. I love Chinese food. All right. I'm not going to be able to go into a Chinese food restaurant anymore.
They're going to have your picture on the wall.
Like,
do not serve that guy.
Yeah. No. Like, hey, I'd like to order food. I'd like your pork fried rice with your chicken wings, the lunch special there with the beef and broccoli and a General Tso's for the rest of my family. And they'll be like, okay, 10 minutes. What's your name? I'll be like, it's Rem Dickman. They'll be like, oh, no. It'd be 2 hours. 2 hours for you. Call someplace else. Yeah.
Yeah. I re-listened to / watched the video there, and I realized at the end, after Blitzchung said, liberate Hong Kong, revolution of our age, he actually at the end, and sorry I missed it, my Taiwanese is a little rusty, but he did say suck an egg Blizzard. So maybe they have in their terms of service or some sort of contract with him, they probably say something along the lines of, you can't say suck an egg Blizzard, or they can.
Let's get down to the real meat and potatoes of this, Ray. I read the rules, and they prohibit speaking out, saying anything controversial that may offend anybody. Okay. Which is kind of bullshit. All right.
Right. Like, that's what, did I tell you this? My company says you can take as much vacation as you want, as long as it doesn't impact your work.
Right. Yeah, you told me.
You know what I mean? Like, you're like, but like, how are you going to do that? Right.
All right. So like, listen, Ray, if we had a Hearthstone tournament in America, and let's say Chris OC won the Hearthstone tournament of the Americas and won $1 million, right? And then he, in his victory speech, he said, if Chris OC said, fuck Trump, let's impeach the motherfucker, nothing would happen. People would cheer. Nothing would happen to him. He'd keep all his prize winnings. Everything would be fine despite the rules that say nothing controversial. All right. Mm-hmm. But the guy who says, let's pray for Hong Kong. Let's liberate Hong Kong. Nope. Everything's gone. Everything's gone because we're scared of the Chinese. We're scared of losing the Chinese dollar. Blizzard has sold themselves to China. There's 1 billion people, almost 2 billion people in China. That's a lot of money. That's where the money is. That's who Blizzard is going to bow down to. That's who Nike will bow to. That's who the NBA will. That's who every goddamn company you can think of will bow down to, because that's where the money's coming from. And it's funny, Ray, that you have all these people. Yeah, I support Hong Kong. Yay, good for Hong Kong. But then they'll come and tell you what a shitty place it is in America because they're being held down. And you can't say all the things that they want to say. Well, wait a second. You just said that you wanted to impeach a president and you fucking hate white people and all men are scum. You can say whatever you want in the United States of America. As a professional football player, you can kneel for the national anthem in protesting of whatever they decided it wanted to be. Instead of, working in their communities to make things better, they're going to kneel. You can do all that in America and nothing will happen to you. Well, that's funny, Ray. It's just funny to me. We're so bad, yet you have all the freedom to say whatever the fuck you want right now.
So I got stuck on Chris OC winning a Hearthstone tournament and him maybe getting up there. And while he's super famous because of this, people are on pins and needles waiting for his every word.
Yeah.
And then he says, and fuck Patreon. And then 1 week later, he dies in a horrible accident where a Yeti microphone is shoved down his throat. Obviously, just saying. It might happen.
What I would like, Ray, in this show, and I know this isn't funny right now, but it's kind of important because we've been in a weird point in history for a few years now, and it's gotten weirder. And we're at a spot where we cannot say the things we're thinking because somebody will accuse us of wrongthink. And that's just plain and simple. They will accuse us of wrongthink. I will not give you who I voted for in the last several elections. I will not tell you any of that. I will not tell you where my thoughts lie unless you can read into what I'm saying in my words. Yeah. All right. But, because then that'll set the dogs on me because God forbid, I do not support any one politician. I do not support any one ideology. I do not support any one political party. In fact, I think most of the politicians are trash. I think they've all been bought and paid for, and we do not get the representative government that we deserve as people. However, we're blissfully ignorant or don't care to realize because we latch on to whatever we're being fed by the media, and we like to say, I don't know, orange man bad or beta cuck bad or whatever nonsense we're spouting at each other.
Whoa.
And we're just I know, I'm sorry, Ray, I didn't mean to offend you, but
my virgin ears.
We're just too in love with fighting each other about stupid shit. They took my fucking plastic bags away, Ray, but nobody seems to want to stand up and fight for that. Nobody wants to stand up and fight for the plastic bags. We're too busy worrying about Ukraine investigating corruption into political opponents. Like that even fucking matters. Like who cares? Who gives a shit about any of that? Like find me something anybody actually did. You can go right now and you can try to unseal all the sexual harassment lawsuits that have been sealed that have been settled by congressmen and women. Look into some of that. I want to look into the backgrounds of all of these assholes. Chris Murphy, my senator from Connecticut, who Hot Drummer News Babe insists to me has done things. I don't see anything better for the state of Connecticut that he's done. He just likes to bloviate on TV about how he's blocked the president on Twitter. Who fucking cares? Do something. Fucking do something already. Fucking Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham, do something. Fucking just do something. Each and every one of you, fucking get something done. We have too many problems, real problems. Homeless people on the street, an opioid epidemic, weird tax rates, people being, police violence, right? Let's talk about that. Maybe somebody is waving their arms too frantically and they get shot, but hey, let's have a conversation about that rather than protesting and calling every cop a piggy animal. What's really going on? What's happening in Chicago? Why is Chicago being called Chirac? People getting murdered every other day in Chicago. What's happening? And that's a Democrat run city. So I don't know. They have tough gun control laws. There's a lot of things we should be talking about. China. We should be talking about China. But no, we're gonna get distracted. We're gonna get distracted by stupid shit. We're gonna get distracted by stupid shit, Ray, because it's easier that way.
Yeah. Well, the good news is we've got recycling figured out.
Oh yeah.
I'm just trying to trigger you more.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, and you want to know why? You want to know why no one cares about plastic bags?
Why?
Because the plastic trees are not endangered. There's plenty of them.
There's plenty of plastic trees.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Well,
yeah,
there's plenty more now since we're not chopping them down. We're not chopping plastic trees down anymore.
That's what I said. That's like one of those old stupid jokes. That's like an old man joke, right? Like, whatever it is. I don't need a bag. I'll save a plastic tree. I said that the other day, and this lady at the grocery store thought it was like the funniest thing ever. And I was like, I don't even know why I said that. I felt like an idiot saying it, but she thought it was the funniest thing ever. And I thought, you're an idiot. Like, why are you laughing so hard at my dumb joke?
Did you see, oh my God. So I'm just going through my Twitter trying to find something. And apparently the president is in Minneapolis at a rally. And there are protesters outside the rally that are lighting MAGA hats on fire, rushing police and calling them pigs, escalating the scene. I mean, come on. Jesus Christ. Like, what the fuck is happening? God damn.
Well, see, like we've said in the past too, right? When you're going to go like straight psychopath and you're violent, you're yelling and screaming, you're being, like in someone's face, and that's your protest. Yeah. I'm not listening. I'm not like, yeah, let me join that. That sounds reasonable. It's like, no, that person's, they are a psychopath. So let me steer clear of that.
Did you see this thing? I saw this on Twitter. Where Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was having a meeting, a town meeting, and talking about climate change. And one of the people in the audience stood up and said, "We have to start eating babies. That is the only way to combat climate change. Is we have to start eating the babies to control the population and help control the climate." And
oh my God.
AOC didn't immediately say, "Please stop, sit down." She kind of nodded and just, did what she had to do as a politician to, not make headlines. But then all of Twitter is like, "Look at this lady. She's actually suggesting eating babies." Both sides. And then so you have the left saying it's obviously a Trump troll, and you have the right saying, no, it's somebody who's radicalized by the climate change religion. But they fail to realize that in 1729, Jonathan Swift published a book called A Modest Proposal. It was a modest proposal for preventing the children of poor people from being a burthen to their parents or country and from making them beneficial to the public. It was an essay, a satirical essay written by Jonathan Swift, saying that we should eat children, we should eat people, we should eat the poor people to kind of control all of this. And so the children won't be a burden to their parents anymore if we eat them. It was satire. So this lady, obviously, either whether she was a troll or not, she's not actually suggesting we have to eat babies. She was trolling. She was doing satire. But we're at a point in our lifetime where nobody understands satire anymore. Everything everybody ever says is serious 100%. And we're lost. We're lost.
Yeah.
And it's going to be years before we can get back to a point where we can have a conversation anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm serious in 100% of the things I say, such as this. That book, Joma texts me a link to that book every single day. Every single day. That's pretty good, right? He's like, "Hey, check this bad boy out. Here you go. That's a good one. It's a good read. Nice little stroll through the park type of read."
Oh, this is what Chris Murphy of the great senator from Connecticut is doing right now. He's on the news on Real Story on Fox 61 News. It's our local Fox affiliate here. And it says he is working on legislation that would allow athletes to make money off their athletic ability. "I'm a big believer this is a civil rights issue. I think we need to find a way to start compensating these athletes."
What?
"I'm working on a bill right now with a Republican senator. Oh, we're hopeful to have a bipartisan bill to repeat what California has done and what Connecticut may do very soon." Murphy would not say which Republican senator, however. Of course not. All right. So instead of doing anything, we're going to let college athletes get paid off their athletic ability. So that's what old good old Chris Murphy is working on.
As one should, because it's a hot topic right now. It's going to solve a lot of the problems of today's society.
Hey, those homeless people in San Francisco, don't worry, you can make money off your athletic ability in college. Go get it. Go on. All right. That's enough. That's enough politics. That's
break. Butt slaps for everybody.
That's butt slaps for everybody. I'm sorry to have gone that long with political stuff. It just frightens me with what's happening with China, and we're too busy fighting each other to realize the threat that China is to our freedom and our democracy here with all the money they're invested. And, the willingness of politicians who roll over and give China whatever they want is horrifying.
Chinese people are pretty awesome.
I'm not, hold on, Ray. Don't get me wrong. The Chinese people are wonderful. I would love to be able to tour China and to talk with the people, to eat their food and experience their culture and their history. China's awesome. It's the communist controlled government that I want nothing to do with. They can all kiss my ass. All right.
Hey, just because they can pollute the earth better than you doesn't mean you got to talk down to them. Okay?
No, you're right. I'm sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to introduce this week's finalists for Dick of the Week. And here is our first nominee.
All right. First nomination, Ray, is me for spending 25 minutes talking about politics. Apologize.
I enjoyed it. So okay. Next.
What do you got?
I had this one. I don't know if you could hear it. It wasn't last week because we had the best of, but the week before, when we attempted to record with Bella, did you hear it at all?
Oh yeah.
The person next door mowing their fucking lawn.
Not that this is why we didn't have an interview with Bella, but I was trying to salvage the audio from your track because it was so loud because I heard the mower and I was able to hear Bella.
Like, Jesus goddamn Christ, man. Okay. So when we record, it's dark outside and apparently that's the best time to mow your lawn. Whoever this neighbor is, Like, screw you, man.
There should be
holy
set
hell,
rules.
why are you-
There should be a societal agreed upon set of values where mowing of the lawn occurs anywhere from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And that's it. Anything before 10 a.m. you should be arrested and tried for criminal activity, criminal mischief. And anything after 5 p.m. you should be arrested and thrown into an insane asylum for being a psychopath. Because fuck you if you can't do it any other time between 10 and 5.
I say this. Dawn to dusk, right? Like sun up when there's light outside.
No,
like
goddamn
fully
it,
can
'cause
see
I
the
might still
sun.
be sleeping.
Fully
Fuck
see
you.
the sun.
10 a.m.
Well, you got to get your shit together. I work in the
Mom has to get her
construction
shit
industry.
together.
Our guys, yo mama, like our guy, dude, see, this is the thing that sucks. Construction industry, like I had to leave to go to a job site this morning at 4 a.m. You know what I mean? Like that's the shit we do. So early in the morning, like we complain when people are like, oh, you're making noise at 9 a.m. It's like, well, yeah, it's 9 a.m. Like the sun's been up for a few hours. Like get over it. That kind of thing. So that's what I'm saying. Sun's up. It's fair game. After that, like, come on. And not only that, so one of these other neighbors has a goddamn dog that it barks and it sounds like it's being kicked. Now it's not, because I can look out I'm on this, I got a 2-story place. I can look out and see it. It's not being kicked, but it sounds like what can the guy maybe like mow the lawn in the dark, not see the dog, and like, 2 for 1 here?
Run over
the guy's
the dog.
like, yeah, gets rid of one problem and then goes, man, I'm never mowing in the dark again.
That would be a
can we
loud
do that
bark.
kind of thing?
Probably a sickening, horrible bark you'd never forget. But yeah, absolutely.
It would be one glorious moment where it solves all my problems.
Yeah. No, I'm with you there, man. We should not be mowing lawns anywhere
that guy.
before 10 or after 5. It should all happen during the day.
Yep.
Yeah. Have some common decency for your guy. I have a guy across the street who'll do it like at 7 o'clock at night, and it'll just drive me insane. I have to listen to this bullshit for an hour because he's got a big lawn. I don't know what.
No, and this guy, dude, it's like a 20-foot by 10-foot lawn or whatever it is. I mean, it's not big. It's a little tiny ass backyard. You can do that on the weekend, man, in like 15 minutes at the most.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is you don't have to. It's not like the only time you have.
You could take one of those
8 o'clock at night.
Lawn mowing golf clubs. You know what I'm talking about with the long blade at the end?
Ooh, there you go.
You could do that instead.
Yeah.
All right. Here's Svensson.
Hello to Rim and Ray and everybody at the Rich Dickman Show, my favorite podcast to listen to.
Goddamn
This
right.
week's nomination for Dick of the Week, we
Hold
shall
on.
give her a name of Funquisha.
Okay, hold on. I was hoping he would nominate me for going off on him, but yeah, Funquisha. All right.
Actually, hey, that reminds me. When my wife first got one of the iPhones where you talk to Siri and you could change the name of the person on the phone. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
My wife's brother ended up changing her name to something like LaQuisha. And so every time, like without her knowing it, so every time like she'd check something, it'd be like, hey, LaQuisha, what can I do for you? That kind of thing. And she's like, crap, how do I change it back? It was pretty. So anyway, names are funny.
All right. Funquisha. All right, here we go.
I was at the grocery
Funquisha.
store, and Funquisha
Again.
gets in the line. Now, we're at the
Funquisha.
Express checkout, which clearly says 10 items or less.
It's redundant.
Well, Funquisha comes in with about 55 items packed in her cart. And she starts to check out her 55 items. And of course, she runs out of room because, there's only about 3 feet of space to put your item. And so she's upset because she can't check out the rest of her items because the thing is full. So she complains to the checkout lady. And the checkout lady says, well, ma'am, clearly, you have more than 10 items here. You need to use the bigger one. And Funquisha gets upset about this. She starts cussing the lady out. And the lady's like, look, ma'am, it clearly says that there, and you have more items. You need to move over to the bigger lane. So, unfortunately, Funquisha's pissed, and she puts all the stuff back in her cart, moves over to the correct lane. Then, after she moves over to the correct lane, and she starts logging her items or checking out her items again, it starts to pile up at the end of the run. So then she starts to complain. She's like, where's the bagger? And the checkout lady's like, we don't have any baggers here. It's 3 in the morning.
Don't get me
Plus,
started. I'm
we
gonna
don't
get
use
started.
baggers. You bag it yourself. And Funquisha is like,
Wait, did he say 3 in the morning?
burgers. Can you go back? Can you rewind it just like a little bit? Because that's what it did something.
so, or checking out her items again, it starts to pile up at the end of the run. So then she starts to complain. She's like, where's the bagger? And the checkout lady's like, we don't have any baggers here. It's 3 in the morning. Plus, we don't use baggers. You bag it yourself.
What the fuck are you doing, Spencer?
This is why, Spencer. It's 3 a.m.
Oh, okay, next.
Oh,
Let's go.
And Funquisha is like, why do I have to bag it myself? That don't make sense. And she's pissed that she has to bag her own stuff. So then, after all of that happens, there's some items that Funquisha has problems with. She says this item's on sale and this item's on sale, and she doesn't want this item, which by now, obviously, the checkout lady is quite frustrated at Funquisha. So the moral of the story basically is, don't be a dick. Seriously, don't be a Funquisha. Anyway, Rem, Ray, I hope you guys are doing well. Have a good weekend. Take care.
You know, Ray, I check my own, so now we don't have plastic bags anymore, and I have to bring like a goddamn a full fucking bushel full of bags with me to do my own bagging. I go to the self-checkout now, Ray. And Ray, read into this as you will. But I pay myself when I do self-checkout.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep. You can take that however you want.
Sorry, I got super distracted right now. That gave me such a great idea. I'm literally right now designing. We're going to put this on the Patreon. It's going to be at a really high tier because these are expensive as shit, but custom badges on the top says TRDS, Dick Patrol.
Ooh. And
then put your rank in 2019. And this is the thing. All right. So here you go. I can literally buy one of these right now. I custom make a badge. And here's what we do. So Svensson, many episodes ago, I said, you're going to be part of the Dick Patrol, right? You got to go out there and police this shit. And you see someone that's being a dick of the week, you whip out this badge. Hey, Dick Patrol, freeze. Hey, you literally, with a high enough Patreon level, hey, dude, I can get you one of these badges, and you can literally get your own custom badge.
Yeah.
This thing's fucking sweet, man.
I like it.
Oh my God, I got it.
All right. Here we go. We got a voicemail.
Hey y'all, it's Mars here, and I have a very weird Dick of the Week submission for you. And I'm going to leave it up to all of us to decide who the dicks are in this scenario. So, and in advance, forgive me.
So Google translates this so I can read it. Oh, that's awesome. I just saw it.
See this image. It's
it
awesome.
Says, I'm going to leave it up to all of us to decide who the dicks suck the scenario. So, all right, here we go.
For my terrible Spanish pronunciation, but here we go. So, out of the Washington Post on October 9th, residents of a Mexican city, reportedly tired of waiting for their mayor to fix a local road, dragged him behind a truck through the streets Tuesday morning.
Oh, shit.
11 people have been arrested in Las Margaritas, a municipality in the state of Chiapas, for their role in the attack on Mayor Jorge Luis Escandon Hernandez, according to El Universal. This was the second time that farmers have attacked the mayor, who said he will press charges for abduction and attempted murder, according to the BBC. His office also was trashed 4 months ago. And P.S., there is video of this, which I'm going to send you guys. And, yeah. So, I don't know. Is the mayor a dick? Maybe he's really doing a bad job. Are these people the main dicks? I don't know. But, man, that's really one way to make a point with your elected officials now, isn't it? So, I leave it to you. Have a great night. Talk to you soon. Bye.
All right, let me see if I can find this video. Is this video? Let's see. This is Wait, what's this? Head, shoulder. No.
It's very good. Now, we're not going to say.
This isn't the video we're looking for. All right. Well, anyway, so the farmers drag the mayor behind their truck to show him how bad the roads are.
There, use that link right there.
You sent me a link. Yeah. Video. Mayor tied the truck, dragged along the road by angry residents.
It actually looks like a pretty cool looking main street in Mexico somewhere.
Well, here's the problem: is that they're filming in portrait mode, and I no longer want to watch this video. Let's try again. Joma, you gotta get a hold of your people.
Yeah, I don't need to see the cobblestone at the guy's feet, and I also don't need to see the cloud above his head. I just want to see what's going on in front of him and to the sides where they're moving left to right.
What's essentially happening here is there's a bunch of people dragging the mayor out of this building. Like, this is criminal activity, right? This is what happens when you let a mob run the place. The mayor has no power, and the mob does. They have pulled the mayor out of his mayor building, and you have the people cheering along as they tie him to the back of this truck. Let's do some. He's trying to get away. They're chasing him down. There's other people trying to help him. They're chasing. Oh, no, there's sticks. They're fighting each other with sticks. All right. I have to describe this. There's a mob of people, two sides, like it's like Antifa versus the Proud Boys here. They're holding sticks or hitting each other with sticks. This is a bad scene. This is very dangerous. Wow, that guy, there's one guy holding like a 12-foot long baseboard. He's reaching into a crowd and attacking people. Oh, there it is. There, he's tied to the back, and he almost hit a scooter. The poor mayor was tied to the back of a truck. I think I know who my winner's the Dick of the Week is this week, Ray.
Well, in the Mexican citizens' defense, the mayor did say liberate Hong Kong. So, I mean, they're justified in their actions.
Okay. All right. Very good. Ray, I'm going to leave it at these four for tonight. Yeah. What you got?
Can I sidetrack this for just a minute?
Yeah.
This website on the right says trending videos. Here's this title of some of these. Horrific moment 12-year-old boy is swarmed and stamped on in the park.
Jesus.
So all I'm thinking is, did he piss off a bunch of nerdy stamp collectors? Is that stamped on in the park? That doesn't make any sense. It's stomped on. Wouldn't it be? That's more intimidating? Or
this is from Metro. This is from the UK, right?
This is, I don't even know.
I don't know. It's probably terrible. Let's see what happens. Probably shouldn't do this.
Is that the other one? The other one
content warning. This video may contain scenes that some viewers may find distressing.
This is going to go down an awesome rabbit hole.
All right, so there's some kids. Looks like they're about to get... Okay, so they're ganging up on this one kid. Oh, they came from behind, threw him down, and now they're kicking him. Punching, kicking. There's 5 boys kicking one boy on the ground. They're kicking him in the head, in the stomach. Wow.
Oh. They're not stamping him. They're stomping him. They're kicking him. I thought that was going to be way less violent. I thought he was just going to come home having a bunch of like my kid's stamps, little farm animals all over him.
Yeah.
And he'd be this is embarrassing.
No, this kid got
got all over his face.
He's probably dead, right? God damn, you're making jokes. Okay, so our 4 nominations this week. We have me for inserting Hong Kong politics and all the nonsense that I talked about earlier. We have people who mow their lawn at night. We have Funquisha trying to get 55 items in the 12-item express lane. And we have the mayor who got tied to a truck by angry residents in Mexico and got dragged through the streets to show the mayor how bad the streets are. Do you have any opinions on this, Ray?
I do. So honestly, I'm going to have to go with person mowing the lawn.
Okay. All right. That's where you're going. All right. I don't know where I'm leaning yet.
After much deliberation,
this is in your contract. Play this.
Expert judges have come to the consensus that this week's Dick of the Week award goes to...
I'm sure Rich Dickman's lawyer, Jonathan Silver, would be happy not to cut you a check for that this week.
It's a big check.
It's
not a lot of money, but it's just an oversized check.
Yeah, it's a big check. That's right. All right. So you're thinking mowing your lawn at night. I'm kind of leaning towards me for being an asshole and talking about all these politics. So, all right, let's not, we try, right? Allow me to be serious for a moment. Every week we come on here and we try to be entertaining. We try to have fun with things. We try to make light of the stupid shit that's happening in the world, right? But every once in a while we can't ignore it. We cannot ignore the actual problems that we have. We cannot ignore the politicians who do not do right by their citizens. We cannot ignore the normal people who get held down in this world for reasons out of their own control. Okay. We say, pick yourself up by your bootstraps. I don't even know what that means, Ray. How do you pick yourself up by your bootstraps? How does that even work? But we ignore the marginalized people. All right. And we're silencing people for talking about China, and we're doing all sorts of crazy things, Ray. So it's about time that we actually had a Dick of the Week that was worth something, that we can make an impact here on the Rich Dickman Show. And we can point out severe injustice in the world and criminal activity and just horrible people. And that's why, Ray, I have to nominate Funquisha for trying to get 55 items through the 12 item express lane.
See, now that's understandable, but the problem is there's so many of them. Like, so it's literally everyone that goes to the grocery store. So,
I think if we bring attention and awareness to this, Ray, if we have a cause here, if we do a 24-hour Twitch gaming stream, if we just raise awareness for this one issue, I think we can fix it. So I think, Svensson, I think you gotta, for me anyway, Svensson, I'm not backing down. I think Funquisha is our dick of the week for trying to skirt the rules at 3 a.m. at a grocery store and putting 55 items through the goddamn 12 item express lane. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, first of all, in her defense, one, it's 3 a.m. She's tired, probably on, some sort of, she's super drunk. She's on meth. She's on crack, or all the above. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's me at 3 a.m. Yeah. So, I
on
just
meth,
can relate to that.
Exactly. You're on meth now. Go ahead. Yeah.
It's that, doesn't know how to count. Like, I don't know how to count to 10. Yeah. 2 fives. That means 10. She thought 55, 5 and 5, that's 10. In her defense, she's going through the line just as intended. Right. Therefore, you can't be that mad at her.
Ray.
Whereas someone mowing their lawn at night, they know what they're doing.
You know what, Ray? Every once in a while, I come up with a joke that I love, and I'm going with it. All right, and it's all straight improv. Right? We don't rehearse anything. We never talk about any of this. And I think, you know what? This is gonna be funny. I'm gonna make it seem like I'm gonna go for the Mexican people who are assaulting and trying to murder their mayor. But no, I'm going with the most inane, stupid shit of the lady with all her extra items. Yeah. And here comes Ray. Here comes Ray sticking to his guns. Nope. In her defense, she's probably drunk. That makes it even worse, Ray. And Ray's gonna go with the guy who mowed his lawn. Thanks, Ray. You're
because that guy knew what he was doing.
You're a good fucking partner.
He blatantly was he's a blatant dick.
God damn.
I hope he runs over his dick with his lawnmower.
I hope your dick gets run over.
Big.
Fucker. It was brilliant, Ray. I had everything all wrapped up and tidy, and all you had to do was say,
dick gets run over.
Oh, you know my mom, Ray. How dare you? How fucking dare you? What's the matter with you? Jesus Christ, Ray. What the fuck is wrong with you?
This is the best show ever.
Do we have a winner on this or no? Are we just going to disagree? You're just going to shit on my joke again.
We could, well, okay. So I will give you props for the joke, but I still have to agree to disagree.
Fuck you. You fucking dick.
This is a bumper for the Dick Tips segment.
Because Ray wanted an excuse to make his voice sound cool and talk about himself in the third person.
All right. Read it, Ray. Read it.
Sorry, I gotta scroll.
Jesus Christ, Ray. Dick of the week is you.
Dick Tips, right? Jack writes in. My girlfriend of 3 months keeps wanting to take the relationship to the next level. I don't even know what the next level is. Getting a pet, moving in together, getting married. She's not specific and looks at me as if I'm crazy when I ask. What should I do?
All right. Jack, public school hasn't been good to you. Watching things on TV, relationships hasn't been good to you either. I know it's very confusing these days.
Yeah, quit watching The Bachelor.
Yeah, don't watch Temptation Island either. The reboot there, some sexy
or Survivor.
All
these island shows, not
Fuck
good.
you, Survivor's awesome. But it's not your fault that you've been done wrong by our society. We're too concerned with who's using what bathroom rather than, hey, let's teach you how to be a man. So I'm going to tell you, Jack, this is what the next level means. The next level in a relationship is agreeing on pizza toppings. All right. I don't know if you've gotten pizza with your lady before, right? I don't know if you've done that. I mean, do you just kind of sit there and just acquiesce to her needs, or do you split them in half? Like, I'm going to have half bacon and you're going to have half eggplant, right? No, the next level is when you marry that bacon and that eggplant on that one pizza. Yeah. Hey, pizza man, I would like a large pizza and I would like I'd like it with eggplant and with bacon. Boom. That is the next level, Jack, is when you can agree on pizza toppings and share them together, not separately. Okay. Separately still means you're separate as a couple, that you're still not agreeing on things. You're not compromising. When you can pull that bacon and that delicious eggplant or that disgusting pineapple and that horrible spinach, whatever it is, the moment you bring that together on a slice of pizza or a whole pizza pie, that is the next level. So what you need to do, Jack, is that you need to sit down with your lady. I'm going to assume her name is Jill. I don't know, but I like it. You need to sit down with Jill and be like, hey, Jill, I know we've been together for 3 months. I'm ready to go to the next level with you. What is your pizza topping? And if you don't know by now, Jack, that one's on you. You need to pay attention. You need to know what she wants in her pizza. And because here's the thing, Jack, I will tell you, you will get laid immediately if you know already what her pizza topping is. Let's say it's pepperoni and you know what your pizza topping is. Let's say for some insane reason that it's green peppers. God, I don't know why it would be green peppers, and fuck you if it is, but let's say it is. The day you bring home a pizza that has pepperoni and green peppers all over it, man, you're getting laid that night, dude. It's boom. You're in like Flynn with margarine.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, yeah. So I actually really like that. So he said girlfriend of 3 months. Therefore, yeah, there's that possibility that they haven't spent that much time.
Not really a girlfriend. Am I right? Pff, high five.
Bam. That was a jumping high five too. That was like super 80s style. That was pretty static. So because it's only been a little while, here's my advice is don't waste your time, right? Don't drag it out. Now that's not saying get married because you brought that up. That's not saying, take the leap and see where it lands. It's do something not drastic, but different. That's why I like you saying pizza. My initial thought was in the middle of the night, whip out your dick and balls, lay them on her face. When she wakes up, what does she do? If she freaks out, let's see, now that's, you know what I mean? That's a little too extreme.
If she calls the police, you have a winner. That's sexual assault, Ray. What the fuck, man?
Now, so this is what I'm saying. So I'm really glad you went with the pizza toppings. I think that's a better suggestion than what I had in mind. So let's go with Rem's advice on this one. And I think you're going to be, you're going to hit a home run or strike out. And if you strike out, no problem. You move on to the next one.
Oh, thank you.
Hey guys, it's time for the Thinking with Your Dickman segment.
Pizza toppings.
Send in your questions,
pizza toppings,
and we'll give you some advice. For example,
I'm being very literal about pizza toppings. You're thinking it's a metaphor. No, it's very literal.
Hey, what are you doing here? Yeah, what are you doing?
No, it is. It is literal.
Maybe we'll be able to give you better advice than what that.
God, I hate that we owe you all this contract money for these fucking bumpers. But go ahead.
I mean, they're really good bumpers.
Yeah.
So thinking with your Dickman, Diane writes in, I haven't gotten laid in forever. Help me get some dick.
Let's talk about getting some dick.
This is how you do it. You just put on the music.
Yeah.
And it's good.
Let me tell you, Diane, what turns me on. It's a good Bryan Adams song. All right. This song's called Run to You.
Fails.
Yeah. All right. I tell you what. So here's what it is, Diane. So you're a lady.
I'm gonna whip out my dick. Oh.
Yeah. Ladies, you may not realize it, but you have a much easier much easier chance at getting all the dick you want. All you got to do is make yourself available. All right, that's it. You got to find that one person.
I can corroborate that with
awesome song, man.
my whole. I just posted a picture of me as a female on Tinder, and I literally have people like want to hook up.
Yes,
I mean it's pretty easy for women.
So here's the thing. All right, go to a bar on an 80s night, because that's when you'll hear the awesome Bryan Adams songs. All right.
Yes.
And when you hear this song, "Run to You" by Bryan Adams, come on. This is Jonathan Silver arranged this one, but if you hear Bryan Adams' "Run to You," that's when you want to single out the man you want, and you want to run to him, okay? And you want to say, "Hey." I'm going to call him Brian. Hey, Brian, my name's Diane. I really like vodka cranberries. And if this asshole is a man, he's going to buy you some vodka cranberries. Okay. And then boom, that's it. All you got to do from that point forward is put your hand on his leg. You're in. You will have that dick whenever you want it, because that's how guys work. The second we get attention from any female, the dick goes up and it goes in. Boom. Done. It's that easy. It's that easy for ladies. Right, Ray?
Yep.
Yeah.
She just wants some of the dick. That's all it is.
Yeah,
She
I
just
don't know
wants
why
it.
Diane's like writing us. I mean, because we don't have really good advice for women because we're not women. If this was a dude, I mean, let's say it was Dan who wrote to us like, hey, how do I get laid? Then I could offer you some suggestions. But for women, all you got to do is just like, hey, literally all you have to do as a woman is go up to a man you like and say, I want that dick. Whether he's single or attached or married, the answer, I'm going to go ahead and say 85% of the time is going to be okay.
I would have said 90 to 95.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to be a little conservative here.
We're
right?
in the same ballpark. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're in the same, we're like, if 85 is the low end, your odds are pretty goddamn good.
And don't be judgmental, audience, because when that guy says, okay, don't tell my wife, you're asking for the dick. Okay. So don't worry about what else is going on. All right. If he's willing to give it to you, take it. Now, I'm not saying that's everyone because there are a lot of classy women out there. It's actually, I would say they're mostly classy. Okay.
Sorry. Not a lot of classy men. A couple.
Most of them are classy and they're not going to just go randomly ask for
women,
dick.
Yes.
Okay. But Diane hasn't gotten laid in forever. She wants dick. All she has to do is ask. All she has to do is ask. Okay. I think that's solid advice. All right. We're powering through because I spent way too much time. Oh, what'd you got?
Yeah. My only concern is that if she hasn't gotten laid in a while, there's either something you're crazy and you're giving off a crazy vibe, like straight up crazy vibe.
You're
and if that's the case, do not be afraid to ask your lady friend, say, hey, do I give off the crazy vibe?
Yeah.
And they'll be able to tell you.
Yeah. Because
they'll be able to tell you.
There is such thing called crazy eyes. Okay. Just look at Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Those are crazy eyes. Yeah.
I dated a girl one time that had the crazy eyes and it was a good time.
Oh,
definitely knew it wasn't going anywhere though.
All you have to do,
you know what I mean?
Ray,
like
you have to experience the crazy eyes once to know what crazy eyes are. Okay. And I know what crazy eyes are. They're terrible, terrible, terrible things. All right. One last,
but it's either that. Well, it's either that or lower your goddamn standards. If you're like looking for whatever it is, like Ryan Reynolds and Brad Pitt the whole time, like, come on, you know what I mean? Like, that's the other thing.
If you're looking for Rem Dickman, it's going to be hard to find Rem Dickman because there's only one of me, Ray. There's only one of me, and I blow every other competitive male out of the water. Okay?
All the time.
Except you're much better looking than I am. But, all right, there's only one me. You have to lower your standards. You have to be willing to accept less than me.
Yeah, so hit me up in the DMs.
Yeah.
Hey, folks.
That's pretty good, right?
It's time for that wacky segment where we review porn.
Jesus
Because we have a psychopath listener, better known as the laughing stock of the adult film industry, who insists on sending us his ridiculous piles of trash. So without further ado, Mr. Porno Man's latest perversion.
Fucking Mr. Pornoman. It was so nice when he was gone, and then he just made a comeback, and I got to deal with this shit every week now. Fuck.
Dickbag.
You know, here's what I want from Mr. Pornoman. I want Mr. Pornoman. All right, Mr. Pornoman, no offense. I'm sure you're a nice guy. I would rather it be Swiney who wrote to us every week and say, hey guys, look at this awesome fat chick I just banged. I'm like, awesome, Swiney. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be fucking cool.
I mean, yeah, right. Like, get a real professional, not this knockoff.
The best part about Swiney, dude, and I said this during the interview, I was like, no, actually, I had to cut this because this was at the end of the interview, but have you ever interviewed somebody who you've had a good look at their dick, balls, and asshole? Probably not. I have.
Wait, you edited that out?
Yeah, I had to cut that out. Yeah, we were running over.
Oh, I remember you saying that and laughing my ass off. Yeah. I think I might have even cried laughing.
We said that to Swiney. Like, I've seen every part of Swiney. I've seen his dick. I've seen his balls. I've seen his asshole.
That was hysterical after the entire interview. Like, and we went long too.
That's why I had to cut it. We were long. Yeah.
I loved that one. You cut it, put it back, put in the best of.
It's gone forever. All right. You want to read this letter from Mr. Portman? I'm so tired of reading his bullshit. So you can read it.
Okay. I'll do it. Dance, monkey, dance.
Thank you.
To whom it may concern.
Like, you know who it concerns, Mr. Pornoman. It's Rem and Ray. Jesus Christ. Who else is it going to be?
Damn guy. He's so fucking stupid. So the Human Resources Department of Porno Man Productions has informed me that we have temporarily been banned from, did he shout something about Hong Kong? That we have temporarily been banned from filming in remote locations or Gary Busey's backyard.
He's still alive? Holy shit.
This unexpected turn of events has taken the production team back to our roots. Therefore, this week's submission is a short video of me vigorously banging the living bejesus out of my HR lady. I hope this video brings you great delight. Regards, Mr. Porno Man.
God, I hope this works. All right, so he sent us his video. All right, and well, here we go. All right. I don't know if this is actually Mr. Porno Man or not, but apparently Mr. Porno Man is African American, and he has one of those dicks that curves upward. And his secretary is bent over the desk, and there is a big bottle of lotion there. I probably should have sent you this link.
He's a man of many races.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. All right, so they're currently banging over the desk. Ray, I'm going to put the link here so you can see. And
nice. All right.
Yeah. Let's. Oh, now he was just banging her. Now he's going down to give her oral from behind, which doesn't make much sense. Why would you do that after it's basically like sucking your own penis at this point, right?
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of that.
No.
That action. And I've seen this one a bunch
Can we
of times
talk about his dick for a second? Because holy shit, it curves like almost at a 90-degree angle upwards. That is insane. I don't even know how that's comfortable. That must hurt. All right, let's continue a little bit further here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that thing's like a boomerang.
Yeah. Oh. Damn, he says. Okay, now he's not moving, and she just moved a cup of water. No, she's
why is she doing all the work?
Yeah, she's doing all the work. Man, good for you, Mr. Porno Man. Whoa. Watch the language. Oh, we're having a good time. All right, so Mr. Porno Man is a tall African American gentleman with a penis that curves upwards, and his secretary is a young Caucasian woman. Oh, and she's making some weird noise. Yeah.
Did the lights just go out in their office?
I think they did. This is the cheapest, most horrible production I've ever seen in a porno.
Do you guys not know that? Yeah, it's like just because you're banned from going to remote locations doesn't mean you can't take your existing lighting equipment with you.
It doesn't mean you have
office.
to film on your cell phone. You fuck. I mean, come on. They have a cell phone set up on a stool, would I assume, to film them banging over a desk. This is boring, Mr. Porno Man.
Yeah. Also, is that like a giant bottle? Like, it's a Costco-sized bottle of Purell?
Yeah, no, it's
oh, I thought it was like hand sanitizer.
It's Suave hand lotion. Like, I think I have that.
It's
like cocoa butter.
It coconut, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Ray, I know you're not Huel, but have you ever banged in your office like this? I mean, does this even happen?
So, there was this one time, many years ago, where I might have been working at this place, took a girl in the back, and actually multiple. Yeah, there's been... Hold on, let me count.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 businesses. Three businesses that
you've banged in?
Done this at.
Are you being serious right now, or are you just doing that for the show?
No, that's serious. And then one that was not a business that I frequented. So golf course. It was a golf course.
We're not talking about sex with yourself, Ray. We're not talking about like masturbating in the basement of your business. We're talking about actual sex.
We're talking about like actual, yes.
Wow.
In places that I was maybe employed at.
With your wife or with somebody else? Not saying you...
Somebody else.
Yeah, okay. This is before you were married.
Yes.
Ray, how long have you been married?
Let's see. It's in 9 years.
9 years? And you're 34?
Mm-hmm.
So at 25...
I had a few years there where I was running roughshod over the greater Sacramento area.
I've seen the picture of you naked, aside from your penis, which you should show me sometime just so I know what it looks like. But I've seen the picture of you, and you had abs, so I can, you know what? I do not doubt that you were banging in the basements of your office buildings. I've been
some,
maybe
you're
a little shy, aren't
outside
you?
Maybe I could actually give you the real deets later. But yeah, so it's really not that hard to be able to do it.
So Mr. Porno Man's video is no longer available at the moment. But thank you, Mr. Porno Man, for that.
He just bent her over the desk. They had a little Coke on the side of the desk, and 3/4 of it's still full. They got some little square CRT. No, it's not CRT. This is some square LCD monitor. Like, this is like old school. It makes sense. The shitty technology they have, like the lighting's bad, the monitor on the disc shitty. You're drinking Coke, and you got fucking the stuff in the like, what kind of production quality is this? You gotta step your game up.
I need to go off of Mr. Porno Man for a minute here, Ray, and then we'll end the show because we got to go. It's getting late. But Mr. Porno Man, listen, it was all fun. It was all cool. It was all fun and games. We had a great time when Huel was on the show, and we had never talked to actual porn producers or porn stars. Okay. We had your bullshit to deal with and all the stuff you shot in Italy in the snow and the speed banging and the parachute sex. I mean, that was last week, but you know what I'm saying. All the stuff you sent in
and
was
no one got
interesting.
that one, did they?
Yeah. Yeah. No, they got that.
They did? Oh.
Yeah, I had to fix the audio after. But we also did the porno where the cell description, hey, he's entering his penis into her vagina now. We did all that. And Mr. Porno Man, listen, it was cute. It was cute. We had a good time. It was fun. No problem. But you gotta understand, you have to step up your game, Mr. Porno Man. We have talked to Swiney, who is an AVN Hall of Famer. All right. Nobody else heard it, but Ray and I have talked to Bella Benz, who is a BBW, superstar. All right. Right now. Okay. You can Google Bella Benz and you can watch her, look amazing, with a dick up her ass.
You want to watch her do.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. We are taking this show to the next level, Ray. We have found that porn is our ticket to the top. What happens when we name our episodes porn related? Topless Sunbather, over 500 views. Rem Does Porn had 108 views in the first 25 minutes. Okay. It's now over 500 views. All right. Porn sex sells, Mr. Porno Man. We would love to do business with you. If you keep giving us shit like this, like you banging your secretary in the office. First of all, Mr. Porno, nobody wants to see you. Nobody wants to see you, Mr. Porno Man. We're kind of interested in the female talent. All right. Also, your dick is curved weird. Nobody wants to see that. I don't know, Ray. I don't know about you. I don't know if you got the dick tingles or not, but I got the dick tingles looking at his dick because that thing has got to straighten out when it goes inside the woman, right? That can't feel good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, really?
Yeah.
That shit looks like it hurts. Like, Christ almighty. But you got to get your shit together, Mr. Porno Man. You got to get your shit together. You have to bring us some good content. That's because I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Ray. I'll tell you right now. It's like when we have Bella back on the show and we have Swiney back on the show, guess what we're going to do?
Porn.
Exactly. We're going to write our own porn. We're going to use actual adult stars to write our own porn. And Ray, I'm even going to act them out. I'm not going to actually perform the porn, which is over audio. I'm going to act it out. Like, you want to be Bella real quick? We'll do like 3 seconds. Okay. Ready? You be Bella and I'll be Rem. I'll be like,
okay, I'm ready. Right. I'm ready.
Hey, Bella, thank you for joining me in person for this podcast. I'm really excited to have you here with me.
I hear him. Your dick tastes amazing.
Exactly. So, I mean, we're writing our own porn here, Mr. Porno. So you got to step your shit up.
This is so easy.
Yeah.
So easy.
I'm tired of your nonsense.
We've already outshined. We literally did 3 seconds. It was better than anything you've ever given us.
Yeah, right.
So, first of all, this is what happens. We say porn, views go up. We say porn, downloads go up. You say porn, downloads go down. You suck.
You're bringing the show down, Mr. Porno Man. I'm going to give you one more shot to give me something good. And if you can't come through, I think we're going to be done with you. You have to find another podcast. You can go right into NFHC. All right.
NFHC.
You can talk not for human consumption about that shit. All right. That's it. That's enough. That's enough show tonight, Ray. Ray, I was thinking about, we used to do on Triple T, we used to have the whole outro written out and we would alternate parts. And, a lot of times I forget to do things. So I have to do that for next episode. But Ray, tell everybody how we can find you, what we can do to be in contact with you, if we want to get to know Ray some more, if we want him to tweet out the picture of him naked, stuff like that. How do we find you online, Ray?
Okay. So, on, Twitter, at Jules Winfeld. Same thing on Twitch, twitch.tv/Jules Winfeld. It doesn't really matter too much other than, hey, if you want to see the picture, you have to DM me. And then convince me it's worth sending to you. Also, potentially Patreon. If you get to a high enough Patreon level.
Definitely. Anybody at the $5 and above Patreon level gets the Ray picture.
$5? I mean, come on. This thing's top
Ray.
tier.
You're covering your
actually
dick.
Like pretty goddamn good.
If your dick was out, then it's $10. Okay, but your dick's not out.
Let's go $7.50. We can negotiate.
Are you circumcised?
Well, maybe when they see the picture, they'll be able to find out. Ray. We don't know.
You should be proud. I'm circumcised. I'm proud of it. So,
Yeah, I am, and so is my boy. Which, remember, I started explaining that, and you were all freaked out about it.
gross.
So I don't know. I didn't
it.
want to answer it because I thought maybe if I answered this, you all of a sudden
you could
get
tell
your
me
little
about your dick.
tingles.
I'm not going to be all freaked out if you start talking about your dick, Ray. Not like I haven't seen a dick before.
Look at
take
this.
it out.
Look at this. You see
look
this?
at that thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
pretty nice, right?
Look how cute
it's
it
pretty
is.
nice, right?
Oh, it's so
respectable.
cute.
It's respectable.
That's the worst thing you can hear if you're showing
That's
your
why
dick to
I
a
took
girl and she goes, oh, look at that.
She says it's so cute.
Yeah.
And I say, that's why I took a whole cowboy hat to cover it up. That's what I said.
Oh, all right. Thank you guys for. Are you still going? I don't know. It's been 2 weeks.
No, I don't have that much.
That's it. Okay.
We're good.
Thank you all for listening to our nonsense once again. Hey, listen, here's what you can do. You want to help the show and you don't want to give to the Patreon, patreon.com/RichDickman. Tell a friend, right? Tell a friend. Help.
No, fuck you. Fuck you. We don't want you listening.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Please listen. But tell a friend. All right. Retweet the show when we do the post. That'd be great. I try to stay off Twitter as much as I can because it drives me crazy. So the more retweets we get, the better. But, tell a friend if you want to leave us a review on iTunes or whatever, or it's called Apple Podcasts now. I don't fucking know what it's called, but if you want to leave us a review, that'd be great as well. Those things help. Spread the word, spread the love. You know what I'm saying? But if you did want to support the show, we do have a Patreon, patreon.com/RichDickman. Check it out. Once we get to, we'll start unlocking our goals once we get to our first, monthly goal. And, I've got a lot of ideas. I've got a lot of things. And I might even just release a bonus episode just to put it out there. And, Rem does porn might actually become a thing, Ray. Might actually become a thing. So we'll find out. See how many we can book. But anyways, yeah, check it out there. Go to YouTube. We release all the episodes on YouTube and, our silly videos that we do. We're going to be doing hopefully more of pretty soon. You can check those out. Just go to YouTube, search Rich Dickman. It'll be there. Contact the show. You can find us at Rich Dickman Show on Twitter. Email show, richdickmanshow@gmail.com or call the Dickman line. 860-316-4776. If you'd like to tell us anything, if you'd like to nominate somebody for Dick of the Week, or if you want to disagree with something we said, or tell us we're assholes, or tell us we're cool, whatever it is, call the Dickman line, 860-316-4776. You can find producer Ryan on Twitter at RyanTRDS. You can find my mother at Rem_Mama. You can find Sir Zero, Randy, good old Randy. Thank you for your submission last week for our best of to cover what definitely not screwing up a recording. It was just too hot to record, too hot to air. So thank you for the best of.
Way too hot.
That's at Sir Zero with an E. I am at Rem Dickman, REMDICKMAN. It's my real name. So if you want to dox me, go ahead, look me up, check me out. It's my name, Rem Dickman.
Yeah, and you can even call him, like for real, straight up. You can call him at 860-316-4776.
Yeah, if I see it ringing, I'll answer and I'll say hello. That's right. That's right. Yeah. I think one of our Patreon rewards is calling into the show and talking with me because I am so fun. No, I'm not. That's good. Yeah, anyways, this was fun, Ray. It's good to see you again. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for supporting the show. Thank you all for your retweets and whatever it is you do. Love you. We will see you next week. It'll be episode 77 next week. Oh my God, Ray, we're getting closer to 100 as each week passes. Insane.
Yep.
That's right. Anyways, thanks again.
We're sold.
Love you. Good night. See ya. I haven't gotten laid in forever. Help me get some dick.
Hey, but for real though, like
I got the dick right here.
My 18 to about 25 was that was like fuel. It really was.
So why don't you tell those stories, Ray?
Because what sucks is like there might be, I don't know.
See, Ray, fuck you, Ray. You don't contribute to this show,
That's the
Ray.
problem, right?
Like, I get on here every week, I get drunk, and I complain about things. I put myself out there, right? Hot Drummer News Babe doesn't like it when I talk politics because we totally disagree on things, even though we probably agree on more things than she realizes. But we don't disagree on a lot of we don't agree on a lot of things. Even though we probably do agree, I just said that. But I put myself out there, Ray. I risk friendships. I risk relationships because I want to get out something entertaining. And here you are. You have this great history of sex stories, apparently, slinging your dick around Southern California like you're fucking Huelhauser, right?
And Southern California.
And you won't share any of those stories, you dick.
So the golf course / I don't know what to call it. Not necessarily a resort.
How many inches you rocking? Like 8, 9,
place
6?
Yeah, right around there. But the golf course where my brother got married.
Yeah, you're banging a bridesmaid.
No, I definitely snuck on that golf course.
I'm going to leave this here. Does your dad know this
like,
stuff? Because your dad listens.
That's fine. My dad, dude, I got the best dad in the world.
Do you?
Like that's the goddamn truth. If anyone wants to fight me on it, I'll fight him on it.
Yo, my dad will kick your dad's
that's
ass. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, my dad will just go fucking crazy.
I'm pretty sure my dad's pretty fucking.
Yo, it's,
but
my dad can rip a phone book in half. So fuck you.
My dad literally knows the entire phone book left to right, word for word.
Oh, nerd.
And could, dude, my dad, I gotta like talk quietly because maybe he can't hear it if I talk this quiet.
Phone book jitsu.
But dude, if you ever like play Trivial Pursuit with that guy, like don't. Fucking don't.
All right.
Like you will literally hate yourself afterwards.
So while my dad
like,
can physically kick your dad's
idiot.
ass and put him down on the ground, your dad can like play Trivial Pursuit. Awesome. Okay, cool. Let's see where we're at. Fuck you, Ray.
My dad's hey. I got some athleticism from my dad. Let me just put it that way.
Mr. Finney, I hope you understand this is all, this is a comedy podcast, and I really don't mean what I'm saying. I'm sure you're a nice, respectable gentleman. I'm sure, not that I'm sure, I know you are, because you did a great job raising Ray, and I appreciate you giving Ray to the world and allowing him to participate on a podcast such as this, further ruining his chances for a wonderful career.
For anything ever.
Yeah. So
he's
thank you.
Blacklisted from every job ever.
Yeah.
After he tells this story about the time that he banged this chick
On a
at
golf
the
course.
store he worked at.
Yeah. In the broom
many
closet.
stores.
Great. All right.
At
That's
the top
enough.
of the Starbucks.
Stop it.
Oh yeah.
Stop.
I'll never stop.